I had the good fortune of being able to talk with Charo Calvo as she was preparing an exhibit of her art in Gallery Espacio Cultural Abierto in central Madrid. So we're here with Charo Rosario.
Thank you.
Nice
to meet you, Jim.
And beginning of and the day before, what's the opening day tonight?
No, the opening day is on Thursday.
Okay, Thursday. We just finished hanging all your pictures.
Yes.
And I talked to you a couple of days ago about how did you start painting? Not that long ago, was it?
No, not really. About 4 years. Because, when I was younger, I loved painting and I loved drawing. I was good at drawing.
Okay.
And then I used to attend all museums and exhibitions and felt so good with just be surrounded by art. And then I had a very hard time. Well, with many difficulties at work, in my private life, with my son, and many things just all together at the same time. I realized that life was something wider, something much more interesting, and life was too short just to waste your time in all these kind of horrible things and problems and stress.
Okay.
And I bought a box of paintings, of colors, and started painting. I did some copies. In the beginning I made a few copies just to learn how my favorite painters just did, in paint, and try to imitate, to do the same. Then I realized that I needed to learn some technique, and attended an ordinary school for about three months. That was enough, because then big event took place, the pandemic that came into all our lives just out of the blue, and we have to remain at home. We suffered a very severe lockdown here in Spain, and we had a lot of time to think, and then I just became much more focused on painting, because it was just I felt so good, and I felt relieved, and I felt myself. Then it was a good opportunity to demonstrate, first of all, to myself that there was something inside me, something better, than fighting with the rest of the world. And when I finished painting, I felt well, and it was very rewarding. I'm able to do something, to produce something beautiful. So that was a kind of motivation, an extra motivation.
So how about the style of your paintings? So how would you describe the style of your paintings, and how did you? There's some form of abstract. But do you paint for? I want to know. Do you paint for pictures? How do you even begin the process, and how do you know that you're finished?
Well, sometimes. Well, I reproduce a lot of landscapes. Landscapes I've been in, and I enjoyed myself. And sometimes I took pictures of them, but I don't follow just the pictures, because I mix many things. It's just I try to give the impression, the feeling, all the feelings, and all the emotions I felt when I was just enjoying, or when I was in that kind of environment. And in some occasions, I add something else. For instance, in the case of the forest, well, I don't know the name of the trees. These trees, forest that look to me like a Barnes code. That's why I added all the numbers. Okay. It was a kind of abstraction to some extent. Well, in the case of the almond trees, there are two different views. One of them is more realistic, plenty of color, colorful, with a lot of perspective. because that was just the strong impression I had, all the perspective, you know, and all the trees aligned, and the mix of colors, all these beautiful flowers. And then another one that was just more, it was simplification of the first one. You know, with less light, it was just at sunset, and not so realistic, something different.
And you did that one second?
Yes, I did that 1 second. I think this is the natural evolution, because even great painters started doing something more realistic and ended up doing something more abstract.
When you started it, did you know how you wanted it to look when you were done, or did it just evolve to a point where you said, okay, I can't improve it anymore?
Sometimes I have an idea, so I want this, more or less, and then I try to put this and that. And other times I look, you know, it's a process, that I look at the painting and say, I think that this painting is asking for something here, some color there, or something different in the center or in the corner, or something new.
I'm curious, because I've tried a little bit. Do you end up sometimes going like, I don't like this, and then like wipe off a whole part of the canvas, or paint over it?
Yes, I did. I did it a couple of times.
And as you get to be more experienced, do you do that less often, or does that still happen?
Well, it still happens, because sometimes the result is not, well, after a while I think, well, I'm not fully happy with this result. And then I leave it, and after a while I think I'm going to change the concept. So,
over what period of time?
The majority of this stuff was produced during the pandemic.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's all the questions I have for you. Thank you so much. Thank you, your friend, for the gallery. How many days is this run?
It's a week. The exhibition will be on for a week in Clara Tengonoff Art Gallery.
Okay.